God keeps doing, miracles abundantly and miraculously in our lives. He's always overdoing for us. And that was Jehovah Overdue by Chidinma. I hope you enjoyed that tune. Welcome back. It is time for our lifestyle conversation here on the Cocoa Digest Morning Show. My name is Miriam Abna Adede, and today we are discussing breastfeeding, right? We are joining hands with the world in commemorating the World Breastfeeding Day, which took place between August 1st and then August 7th. That was last week, and we are joining hands in the celebration, and we want to throw more light on the essence of exclusive breastfeeding because we find it very important and prudent because of the benefits it comes to the child as well as the mother. Now, last week, the Food and Drugs Authority called on Ghanaians to support mothers and children by promoting and encouraging breastfeeding, and they did that in a press statement. And they said they were also joining hands with the World Celebration Day to celebrate World Breastfeeding Week 2024 on the theme Closing the Gap, Breastfeeding Support for All. And they aim to, close the gap in certain areas. And one is the healthcare support. They also indicated the workplace policies, community engagement, as well as public awareness campaign. They also emphasized the numerous health benefits of breastfeeding for both mothers and infants, urging the public to play an active role in fostering a supportive environment. However, the issue of breastfeeding keeps increasing in Ghana as most mothers are not able to participate fully in that period. Giving their children breast milk for at least 2 years is an issue for a lot of mothers. And we have a health practitioner on the line who is going to help us with a few understandings concerning this topic. And she's in the person of Maud Warewa Boateng, a midwife at St. Martin's Memorial Hospital. Yeah, we have her on the line. She has worked in the maternity unit for 3 years as a health assistant and also 1 year as a midwife. So we believe she has, a lot of insights in the topic area. Hello, Miss Maud. Can you hear me?
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Maud. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Okay, I think we lost her. My producer is working to get her. So as I was saying, today we are discussing, the essence or the importance of exclusive breastfeeding, where infants are fed only with breast milk for at least the first 6 months, and it is strongly recommended by the health experts and also Ghana Health Service because of the numerous benefits this practice comes with. Now in Ghana, this practice is essential for providing infants with all the necessary nutrients for optimal growth and also development. Now, breast milk not only helps strengthen the bond between mother and child, but also contains antibodies that protect against common childhood illnesses, contributing to their overall health. And so if you witness that you haven't fallen sick for, a long time. Okay, so our guest is on the line. Hello, Miss Maud, can you hear me?
Yes, please. Good morning,
Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us today on Cocoa Digest Morning Show.
Thank you for also giving me the opportunity.
Okay, so today we are discussing the essence of exclusive breastfeeding. First of all, let me ask you, since you happen to, have an experience in working with the health facility, tell us some of the benefits of breastfeeding to the child and also the mother.
Okay. First of all, with exclusive breastfeeding, it helps both the mother and the baby to bond. That having an interaction between the involves their breast milk. It also gives the baby some nutritional needs needed for the baby's growth and baby development. It also contains antibodies that help to protect and support the baby's immune system, prevent the baby from getting infected. And to the mother, it also serves as maybe for or a method of time. It's also always available to people and also help with the interest build up to its future something that is evolution.
Okay. Okay, looking at these benefits you've mentioned, with regards to the child and also the mother, we can all say there are positive benefits that are going to impact the lives of the infant and also the mother. But there are still some challenges. Hello, Miss Maud. Hello, Miss Maud. Can you hear me? Okay, so I'm asking. Yes. So I'm asking, why do we still face challenges when it comes to breastfeeding, even with the numerous benefits you've made mention of? Why do mothers, still face challenges with breastfeeding?
Okay, the challenges are because of some of the myths that are given to them, like the misconceptions about the children, that they really didn't get or transmit to them against it, exclusive breastfeeding to their baby, and enough breast milk to their baby. And there are also some things in minor disorders that the mother might say when doing exclusive breastfeeding, like embarrassment of the baby. Now, this says that the need to be about moving to go to exclusively breastfeed the baby for feeding.
Okay. Right. So looking at these challenges, how can healthcare providers and communities better support mothers, to have exclusive breastfeeding for their kids, especially working mothers?
Okay, so with what we can do is that the media, we also use education about the future breastfeeding. We can also talk about the
Hello, Miss Maud. Hello, Miss Maud. Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay, please shift yourself a little from your TV set so we can hear you clearly, please. And also lower the TV, the volume of the TV, please.
Okay.
Okay, this is fine. We can hear you now.
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. So, as I was saying, the health providers also get the opportunity to be able to support the working mothers by giving them educational talks, both in facilities and out of the facilities. That should meet the media, like now, and also giving them educational talk on their nutrition so that they are saying the exclusive breastfeeding.
Okay.
Also, the community can also help them by building a network to support the working mothers, giving them their experiences, and also telling them about the challenges they face, how they were able to overcome those challenges.
Okay. So with the communities, do you mean that the mothers or the lactating mothers in the communities should come together and give their experiences to?
Yes, please.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Right. I know there are a few myths, surrounding the issue of breastfeeding. Can you share some with us?
Yes. I had an experience with a lady who had an engorged breast.
Okay.
And this is due to the breast milk not being able to flow. So with that, we were able to encourage her to maintain continual breastfeeding the baby, and also massage the breast. Give warm compress before the baby is breastfed, and then also cold compress after the baby is breastfed.
I see.
So if the mother is still having pain, then we'll administer
Oh, okay.
any drugs like paracetamol for the mother.
Okay. Okay. So with what you've said, aside that, could there be, any reason or health reason why a mother would not be able to breastfeed exclusively their children?
Okay. In some cases, due to some conditions,
Okay.
like if the mother has HIV,
Okay.
the mother cannot. That is, if the mother is not taking her antiretroviral drugs well,
Okay.
but if she's taking it well, it won't be a problem. She can be able to exclusively breastfeed.
Mm.
Secondly, too, if the mother is taking some drugs that can also be transmitted through the breastfeeding, then the mother is told to stop breastfeeding for some time, then she'll continue.
Oh, okay. I'm curious. I want to know what will happen to a child if they are not exclusively breastfed? Because I've heard a lot of people also say that they did not go through the exclusive breastfeeding, and it is a way of, starving the kids. They prefer giving them porridge, the white porridge and other things, and even water, because they believe only the breast milk is not enough for the child.
Yes, that's some of the misconceptions that people have. We always need to remember that if a mother is well fed,
Yeah.
she has a nutritional balanced diet and drinks enough water, she'll be able to produce more breast milk for the baby. And also, constant breastfeeding the baby on demand helps the baby and the mother to be able to express more breast milk to be given to the baby.
Okay.
So as they are breastfeeding them, the breast milk will also become.
Okay. Let me give you a scenario. Assuming someone gave birth and there was something happening to the child, and so the child had to be transferred to a different department, which is not close to the mother. And so the mother is not able to breastfeed the child. If, let's say, after 2 days, the child is brought back, can the mother start the breastfeeding process? Or because she did not start breastfeeding the child right from birth, it is not possible?
It is always possible to train the child with breastfeeding.
Okay.
It's a gradual process.
Okay.
So after the 2 days, if the baby comes, she tries to encourage the baby, put the baby on the breast. And the baby sucking will also encourage the baby to have the line to breastfeed.
Okay. Well, I know breastfeeding does not only happen with the mother and the child. Other people, especially our family members, can all come together in helping in the success of exclusive breastfeeding. How do you think fathers and men around us can also help with exclusive breastfeeding?
They can be a major support for breastfeeding, especially exclusive breastfeeding.
How?
They can encourage their wives or other family members to breastfeed. That's giving them word of praise, how they are doing well with the breastfeeding. They can also ensure that always people coming to visit. There are too many visitors. So they can also guard against the visitors. So that the mother will have enough time for herself and the baby. They can also help the mother to eat well so that she will get more breast milk for the baby. And also help household work. And offer to take care of the while the mother is hospitalized.
I see. On the issue of eating well, we would like to know, can you recommend some foods that you think when lactating mothers take, they'll be able to, breastfeed their kids very well?
Okay. We can talk about the mashed kinky.
Mashed kinky.
And granite.
Okay.
The roasted corn and then the granite. And also the African soups that we make.
Okay. All the African soups, right?
Yes. It's all encourages.
Okay. I see. So if our men are listening, this is an opportunity for you to support your women or your wives to go through the exclusive breastfeeding process. Now, Ms. Maud, let me take you back to the press statement released by FDA 2 days ago, and they made mention of the fact that they are also helping to close the gap, which is breastfeeding support for all. And one of the gaps they want to close is workplace policies. As a health practitioner, what do you think employers can do to also support breastfeeding mothers to, go through the exclusive breastfeeding process?
They can also help the mothers by allowing them to close early. You see, when the working mothers go to work, the pressure coming there is overwhelming to them. So by helping them to close at least a few hours before the normal closing time, helps them to come back home to be able to express the breast milk for the baby. And also, the colleagues can also support the mothers by encouraging them, if there is anything that they will need, they can also help. And also the policies that the workplace can also put in place, that maybe extending their maternity leave, can also encourage them.
Oh, okay, right. So lastly, what advice would you give to any mother, watching this interview who is struggling with breastfeeding? What advice would you give to them?
Okay, so the advice I would like to give to them is they should always remember that exclusive breastfeeding is the best for you and your baby. It helps you to have an infection-free period, that's the first month, and it will always be there for you and your baby. And they should also not be discouraged because of the minor setbacks that they have. Those setbacks can be managed by calling your health providers or discussing with them.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ms. Maud, for joining us this morning. Okay, that was Ms. Maud Warewa Boateng. She is a midwife at the St. Martin's Memorial Hospital, and she shared her thoughts or 2 cents on the issue of exclusive breastfeeding with us here on the studio. And I hope the discussion has been fruitful for you watching us, because I believe breastfeeding is not just a personal choice or a personal decision. It goes a long way to help our kids and also our communities, because if our kids, get all the nutrients and everything they need from breast milk to grow very healthy, I believe they're going to grow as, strong and healthy individuals to help with the development in our communities. And so by supporting mothers and raising awareness, we can all create a nurturing environment that promotes this natural practice. Let us all continue to advocate for exclusive breastfeeding, especially with our men, our husbands, whoever we have in our lives, especially the men. Highlighting on that because you also have a very significant role to play when it comes to exclusive breastfeeding by encouraging your wives, encouraging your women. Do not, compete with the kids for the breasts. It belongs to the kids. So support your wives, support them to exclusively breastfeed the kids for at least, or even more, 6 months, so they can all get that nutrients that the breast milk comes with. This is where we end the lifestyle segments here on the Cocoa Digest Morning Show. My name is Miriam Abena Adede, and up next we have some birthdays to do. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
I heard today was your birthday. I heard today was your birthday. Was your birthday. I heard today was your birthday. I heard today was your birthday.
And you're welcome back. Now let's do some birthdays here on the show. We are starting off with our first birthday celebrant, and she's in the person of Baby Ya from Lovely Aunties. Happy birthday to my girl, Baby Ya. Auntie loves you so much. Thank you so much, Auntie, for bringing in your message. This is from your godfather, Amate of Atinka TV. Jaden, your father wishes you a happy 6th birthday, and as today marks another wonderful year of your life. And we are so grateful to celebrate this special day with you. You are a true blessing in our lives, filling our days with laughter, joy, and love. May you grow to become successful in everything you do. In Jesus' name, amen. And this is also from Auntie Pat to Lydia Clara Amate. Cheers to another trip around the sun. Happy birthday to an incredible person. This is also from Auntie Pat to Mary Ruth Nana Esi Amate. Happy birthday. May your day be as bright and wonderful as you are. This is also from Mrs. Rebecca Kwao, and it is to Mr. Alfred Kwao. From Mrs. Rebecca Kwao to my husband, Mr. Alfred Kwao, wishing him a happy birthday, long life and prosperity, and he is, a blessing to me. May God answer all his secret prayers in Jesus' name. This is also from your mom, Na Amankwa Evelyn. A happy birthday to you, my daughter. I wish you long life with good health. You will be great and the sky will not be your limit. Have a blessed year. Enjoy your day, from your mom, Na Amankwa Evelyn. And this is from Lovely Aunties to Yofi. Happy birthday to my lovely boy, Yofi. And that is all we have for you today on the birthday segment. My name is Miriam Abenadede. Now up next is Clemens Yabankwe taking us into the world of business. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Clog TV. Beyond the policy.
I just want to take a moment and thank everyone in law enforcement who helped us in the search for our beloved daughter.
There's no point hiding things from me.
You're psychic?
No, just paying attention. I've been watching you and your husband. I understand what you're feeling right now.
You have no idea.
I do. I know. Did you kill your daughter? How dare you? Did you kill your daughter? Jude, please. Honestly, it's not as bad as it looks.
Classic Red John smiley face. Drawn in the victim's blood. Gloves with 3 fingers of his right hand.
This isn't Red John. In all the Previous killings, he made sure that the first thing that anyone sees is the face on the wall. Then, and only then, do you see the body of the victim.
Where are you?
I got a 1013. A Vic near Center Street.
Liv!
He tried to kill her. He tried to kill Kathy.
Who's he working for?
NYPD. He's the international liaison in Rome.
I want answers. Closure. I need that for my children. I'm just trying to find out who killed my wife.
Upstairs is giving us the organized crime task force. Elliot is not in charge of it.
Who is?
Detective Stabler. Nice to see you again. Our charge is to bust an international drug cartel. I just haven't been able to prove it yet.
I've never met the smart, dangerous, very bad man. I'd kind of like an introduction.
I run a legitimate business enterprise.
And my job is to catch scumbags. There's no doubt in my mind, I know what you are.
Extraordinary accusations call for extraordinary evidence, Detective. Prove it.
I will. Eli, get inside. Get inside.
We can nail this son of a bitch who did this to your family.
I was a damn good cop 12 years ago. I'm a better cop now. And I will take it.
What's that? What are you doing?
Painkillers.
Oh, for your leg.
No, because they're yummy.
Clog TV. Beyond the Policy.
Hello, welcome to the Business Update segment where we bring you NAT5 season, which begins in September. The CEO and his deputy, Ray Ankra, in charge of finance and administration, addressed media reports about COCOBO's administrative expenses rising to 3.2 debt checks over the years, noting that the practice not only violates central bank's regulation, but also constitutes a crime under the Criminal Offence Act. In our last story, the government's recent Treasury bill auction saw a shortfall of 1.3 million Ghana cedis compared to the target, as investors displays reduced interest burden, 5.3 Ghana cedis against a 6.55 billion Ghana cedis target. The majority of bids were from the 91-day bills, which were fully accepted, while the 182-day bill and 364-day bills were also undersubscribed. The overall auction saw a 19.15% undersubscription. Interest rates marginally increased due to tightening liquidity, with the 91-day, 182-day, and 364-day bills yielding 24.83%, 26.76%, and 27.86% respectively. Analysts attributed this trend to the large auction target and the government's effort to maintain stable yields to reduce debt servicing costs. The Treasury plans to increase the borrowing target to 4.97 billion Ghana cedis in the next auction. Thank you for staying with us. This is all we have for you on the
What's that? What are you doing?
Painkillers.
Oh, for your leg.
No, because they're yummy. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm too stoned to tell. So,
Jane, when you lose your virginity, you can't ever go back.
Jane made a promise.
Stop! We should stop. You've been dating for 2 years and you haven't boned.
But sometimes life... You're pregnant.
But I've never had sex!
...makes a surprise delivery.
I accidentally inseminated you 2 weeks ago.
You what? I'm not...
Yeah, Shibuya roll call. My name is Kevin. Yeah. That is my name. Yeah. They call me Kevin. Yeah. Because that's my name.
Roll call, Shibuya. Yeah. This plantation, we're running low on greenbacks, and we're having problems paying the people who give us the seeds.
Knock, knock. Who's there? KGB. KGB?
Viva ask the question.
What the hell was that?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Hey, stop it!
Not everyone jumped.
Okay, everybody jump in the air this time, please. Here we go.
1, 2, 3. Still some people not jumping.
You gotta be kidding me. Who isn't jumping? Come on, Andy!
Switch.
Switch.
I know how complicated this delivery could get.
Well, I'm gonna need everyone in this room to believe me when I say that only good things are gonna happen here today. I want you to know it.
36 years ago, you left me at the front door of a fire station. I'm your biological son. If you think I'm gonna forgive you,
I don't.
Screw you. You wanna meet your grandchildren?
He is looking good.
Something's not right.
Your wife is in distress, Jack.
Do you remember what Dad used to say?
Just look for Clog TV and send in your comments to our live stream, and also on our WhatsApp numbers. You can also send your comments. You can also phone in to ask your questions to our guest here. So now, today's topic is about housing affordability and accessibility in Ghana. And our guest is in the person of Mr. Frederick Opoku. He's the General Secretary of the National Tenants Union of Ghana. So he's going to be telling us things. He's our voice, the voice of all tenants. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Yeah, good morning, Madam.
Yes.
Zaira, right?
Yes, my name is Zaira. So you are the General Secretary of the National Tenants Union of Ghana. And I am sure a lot of people in Ghana have not heard about the National Tenants Union of Ghana. Yes. So can you tell us a little bit about the National Tenants Union of Ghana?
So, very well. First of all, let me say a very big thank you to, is it Clog TV, right?
Yes, Clog TV.
For the opportunity to invite us to come and share some vital information with our fellow tenants. For me, I would say Ghana Tenant Union has been in existence for the past 7 years. Unfortunately, we do not really want to be part of those jumping on the streets and cladding in red, chanting slogans, and so forth and so on. We believe in dialogue, meeting the cream de la cream, the political people, the policymakers, and to interact with them to make sure that at least they would understand their difficult time. Our focus here is to inform, is to educate, and to influence. In this case, we know many of our tenants lack some kind of information, especially when it comes to the rent law, the Rent Act of 1963. This act came into being 61 years ago under First President Kwame Nkrumah. And if we see the provisions critically, many of the things are ignored by the landlords. And unfortunately, landlords are ignorant, tenants are also ignorant. So it's going to just do whatever they want to do because they wake up, this is my, right? So I decide to do whatever I want to do. If you like, meanwhile, no, mra. I because say usidan na edan one farm or yere no month na mo a now person with business there are laws and you must respect the rules. Opa farmer or yere no ma no abusu afona wontina mu. No government will antagonize you. But you decide say me de be adwuma na me dia me nsa akoma no. Ena edan ho no sebi a long term project. And yes, we na what to first watching. That is where they are not getting it right.
Yes.
So they think, so you see, the law says, say, told them, but rather go to rent control. Because it's rent control. It doesn't mean say they want to look at where is the building, where is the facility. They have to, for example, a cantonment, and I say Abia East Legon, you right? Abia Choko, and Zongo, and Sukula. Now, different areas, and the normal different different fixtures. So one room, East Legon, cannot be the same as one room in maybe Choco. Therefore, it's standardized. Therefore, how do you determine the fixture are you talking about? But by so doing, rent control can also take record of the building that is being rented.
Okay.
It is a old land club unoccupied. You can get people and we tenant almost penny. That could have withered this kind of mushroom.
Okay.
And as I speak with you, that law that ought to be passed is still sitting down there.
Yes.
If it is not passed, everything has to start all over again. And that is the crux of the matter.
Okay.
So we try to see what are the things that should be in the law that will help to bring some kind of harmony between the landlord and the tenants.
Okay. So, so far, how has your liaising with the stakeholders been? How has progress also
Fantastic.
been? Okay.
For the years that we have started working, we've been dealing with rent control itself. I think we have some kind of MOU with maybe a program of education. We want to invite you as a body, institution, to come and support us.
Okay.
That is why you don't hear what we do, but we have done so much.
Okay.
And we try as much as possible that housing is a basic need. It's a necessity. Food, shelter, and what do you call it? Clothing, right?
Water, yes.
That is your security. Your food, your shelter, and your clothing, or the security. It's very basic. Can you go to school?
No. So about your liaising with them too, aside liaising, what else have you done to be able to create awareness about the existence of this union? Because I am sure a lot of people watching have not heard about the
because if you Google, right, go to internet and read about Tenant Union of Ghana, the whole day you have something to read about what you have done. It's about people don't go there to read. But whenever they want to say, oh yeah, Jumadia, Kujina Bontena, you are tali. And you'll be dealing with the government, say, yes, you. Everything come to naught. One, I couldn't demonstrate now, so Papa Vida. They'll just boycott and throw it somewhere. So we decided not to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now let's get into the housing issue. Can you give us a brief overview of housing affordability and accessibility
As you
in
know,
the country?
my dear Yaira, I can tell you that we have a housing deficit, right?
Yes.
Of 1.8 million. Maybe, I think because it's from Ghana Statistical Service. That's why I want to associate myself with it. If not, I'm telling you, it is not 1.8 million. And I put it on to them. If we want to do proper and want to expose ourselves, we are talking about 3-point-something million housing deficit. During President Kufuor's time, they say they are building, and it was 1,500. 16 years thereabout, it is still 1.7. And the building that they are putting together, the population is also increasing. So it can never be 1.8. But let's say all things being equal, the real institution has stated its position. Say we have 1.8 million housing deficit. So stay put, we agree.
Okay.
Now, Ghana, we need 200,000 housing units every year for 10 years to defray their 1.8.
Okay.
So if you go and build 300 houses, 500 houses, think themselves that they have achieved excellence somewhere, I begin to wonder because we are talking about 200,000 housing units every year. Then if you put the real estate, the private sector together, we can do only 60,000. Are you okay? The government is not doing it. It's not doing it. Government is not involved.
Okay.
Even if the government want to be involved, they rather go and take our own land, the land bank, give it to a real estate people to come and build and sell in dollars.
Okay, so
that is what we are seeing.
Yeah, I was just reading about us. What are some of the key challenges that Ghanaians, normal citizens, are facing with this housing deficit?
Oh, definitely. If your government, if your government is not building, what do you expect to see?
Deficit.
So can you tell the landlord you want to regulate landlord, but you, the government, you are making laws, but you won't build. So how do you expect your people to know that whatever you come in all the time? For me, policymakers are not doing too good to all of us, because you come and make a lot of promises here and there, left, center, right. Then you do something little, and people are suffering. I don't know if you even go to the government workers, how many of them can go and buy the so-called affordable housing that they tell themselves 1 bedroom is $20,000?
Yes.
Now let me. I'm coming. Okay, let me continue. You come. So let me connect it there. 1 bedroom standard. Recently there is a Pokwase that His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, they went and cast salt, and we were told that according to the plan, 1 standard bedroom is 20,800 United States dollars. So you don't even hear cities. The whole government is talking about dollars. 2 bedroom is talking about $34,000. Muntin year Ghanaians, and 3 bedrooms about $40,000 to $50,000. Menu. Me see down in top plot. Toby. And there were almost about 85 to 90% of Ghanaians your policy does not benefit them. So are you solving the problem? You are not. Affordability could be one, the cost is right of it. The cost of what? Building. Go and ask the real estate people.
Okay.
They will tell you say the entire me sit down is because one, litigation on the land, right? A damn war. The cost of the land, the materials that they use in building the thing. We have advocated that why government use local materials? And your force now.
So okay, into this affordable housing thing, what are some of the suggestions you would make for them to make it actually affordable? Because as you mentioned, the prices are in dollars. So if you have suggestions, what do you think the government should do about it?
That's what I was doing. I'm saying that if you want your thing to be affordable, why don't you have bamboo?
Yes.
Don't you have this local materials? Look, go and look into their manifestos, all of them.
So
I'm coming.
Could it be that maybe because
I think you're distorting my flow, please.
Sorry.
No, you're distorting my flow. I don't finish answering that you want to. No, don't do that.
So the question is because of the suggestion.
Not a suggestion, because then, I'm saying that Jaira, listen, you don't distort my flow.
Yes,
that is
I'm not trying
fair
to distort your
So let me talk, and I'm not talking, you want to cut.
To answer the question, where I'm asking for the suggestions, what are some of the suggestions you would make?
And I'm giving suggestions, you are cutting me.
No, I'm not trying to cut you.
Yes.
I want you to hit on the suggestions, and then we can veer off some of the things you're talking about.
Which one do you want to veer off?
So now, just as we're talking about the pricing,
yes,
you can talk about the materials used without talking about manifestos and whatnot. So yes, you were talking about bamboo and things like that. We can toe that line that, okay, maybe the
manifesto how? But why?
We are an apolitical station. So let us try, as we spoke earlier, let us try to toe that line.
That is intimidation. That is intimidation, right?
We are not trying to
intimidate. Intimidation.
No, it is
because
not
if you want to bring him here, you want to push me to what you want to hear. Is that what you want to hear?
No, this is not about what anybody
Let's go on.
wants
Don't
to
worry.
hear.
I don't want to distort the program.
We want to just make sure to hit the facts.
Go on. That's fine. You ask how you want to suit you.
I asked about your suggestions.
Yes.
So let's get back to the suggestions.
I'm saying that you are asking of affordability, and I'm telling you, who is responsible for giving affordable housing?
It's our
government. Who is responsible to ensuring that we have affordable housing?
It's our government.
Therefore, they have failed. And I'm saying that they know we have raw materials, like local raw materials. You don't import tiles and everything. He doesn't need this kind of structures.
So it means that even the materials used for putting up these affordable housing units are, so to speak, of a higher quality than we are supposedly told, right?
Higher quality.
So because based on the fact that they are imported, usually there is that notion that in freehand, it's very good.
Local material.
Okay.
Atakwame, how long will Atakwame get spoiled?
It's since they are imported, it is deemed as a higher quality, so that can be attributed to one of the reasons for the high cost, right?
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
So so you're suggesting that we can use our own materials here?
They know themselves. They themselves. They know. No me suggesting.
That is beside the point.
They have said it some number of
so
that time.
So they can use that. So what else do you think they can also do to make it more affordable?
First of all, you know, financing, right?
Yes.
If you take the real estate, those who are building, you know, when you are building, you need long-term financing. And if Ghana banks, the commercial banks, and the rates that they will lend money to you is not attractive, the only institution or group of people who can salvage this is the government.
Yeah.
To reduce the interest rate down, for the Ghanaian people, investors, the entrepreneurs who want to build, will have access to affordable financing.
Yes.
But if the financing is not affordable, how do you expect them to get? So today, there is no way Ghana housing will be affordable. If the land that they are towing, it's palpable falsehood.
Okay. So with that, the middle to low income citizens, what are some of the suggestions you can make for the government to keep to also sort of this because with the dollars being mentioned?
Because I'm saying social housing. Okay. Let me take you through. Social housing is housing for the very poor in society.
Okay.
For them, they are deprived.
Yes.
No matter what you do, if you say 20 Ghanaian a man, they won't get it.
Okay.
Are they not Ghanaians?
Yes, they are Ghanaians.
So those people, where should they go and sleep? The reason why you have seen,
one of the suggestions
you have seen slum springing up in this country is about survival. Now you see them taking bulldozer and bulldozing people.
Yes.
Forgetting that is their fault.
Yes. Without
and now,
solutions.
Yes. And you get my point. So the point is that there must be an approach whereby you begin to think that almost 80% of your citizenry
yes,
live on low income. And that they earn around how much, if I may so to speak, so low.
Yes.
Are you okay? 800 Ghana. Are you okay? And that if you want to go for mortgage, how many people qualify for mortgage? I don't know whether I fear you qualify yourself. If I want to be very fair to you.
Yes.
Journalists across this country.
We know that there are lots of systems that are not working in the country. So
now
who calls people in
who calls them?
Let us not. So a lot of people in
who calls them?
Let us not, please. A lot of people in our system are not going to be eligible because they are in the informal sector.
The way you are doing your program there, you are too tighten things like this is public and this is public platform.
Please,
so first I come here
understand
what
this is our prerogative. And
prerogative of what? But I should have been told earlier. I would have decided not to come.
If you do not want to
I would have told you I wouldn't have come.
If you do not want to continue, that is very fine.
I don't have probably if you want me to I can discontinue.
We are trying to have a conversation. You do not.
So I'm saying that if you don't allow me, because I don't waste my time to come and sit here.
You can express yourself.
But I'm expressing and you don't allow me to express myself. You're overprotecting somebody.
You can express yourself.
Anyway, that's fine.
Now, I was talking about the middle to low income people.
Yes.
That, yes, a lot of them are in the informal sector.
Yes.
What are some of the suggestions you can make as to getting our government to have them in mind to be able to also get this affordable housing or even the social housing?
It's like the government itself is ignorant about who is poor and who is rich.
Please, let us keep our comments very savory. I do not appreciate your derogatory comments. Please.
I don't think so. If I say government is ignorant about something,
let us. You can use.
Maybe help me to use my word. Maybe
use. So
I should use what word? For ignorant.
So let's take a quick break. We'll be right back, and we can talk more about housing deficit here in Ghana.
Clog TV, Beyond the Policy.
I just want to take a moment and thank everyone in law enforcement who helped us in the search for our beloved daughter.
There's no point hiding things from me.
You're psychic?
No, just paying attention. I've been watching you and your husband. I understand what you're feeling right now.
You have no idea.
I do. I know.
Did you kill your daughter?
How dare you?
Did you kill your daughter? Jude, please.
Honestly, it's not as bad as it looks.
Classic Red John smiley face. Drawn in the victim's blood. Gloves with 3 fingers of his right hand.
This isn't Red John. In all the previous killings, he made sure that the first thing that anyone sees is the face on the wall. Then, and only then, do you see the body of the victim.
Tell me what happened. You send the mix.
Join me, Oliver Beverly, and Edna Watson on Old School Vibe. Let's get interactive and get to know our old legends. Showing this on every Friday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. and repeat on Saturdays at 3 to 4 p.m. on Clock TV. Old School Vibe. Let's vibe with the legends.
Jane, when you lose your virginity.